Yo, what's up, man? It's your man Kamari, aka Slow Motion, and back up on here. Y'all dropping them topics in my box. I appreciate it. Yeah, and I got some dance videos coming for y'all, so y'all just stay tuned. All right. So this topic is discipline, discipline, discipline kids, um, and relationships, and it's what it is basically. Um, all right, so it's a lesbian couple. I was getting a lot of lesbian stuff lately. Um, but I guess gay men can also identify with this, straight people, whatever, can identify with this topic. But basically, the couple is together. They've been dating for about 3 years, and the femme girl, I think it's a femme. Oh, my bad. The stud. It's two studs together. All right, so the stud girl has a son, and the other, the dominant one. Well, one, okay, one's named Kiki and one name is Amanda. So Amanda has a son, and Kiki wants, you know, to discipline the child, but Amanda comes off like, "Don't be talking to my child this way, or don't be doing this to my child. Don't do," you know what I'm saying? Um, in the relationship, and Kiki is getting upset because Kiki's like, "Man, we're in a relationship, but you won't let me discipline your kid." you know. But you say it's okay, but when I do try to take charge of discipline the child, your child, you then want to come back at me like, don't talk to my child like that, and get an attitude. But with Kiki, Amanda gets an attitude with Kiki, you know. And I've realized this. I went through this in a relationship before that, you know, it's not always about just a person, that you get involved with. The kids get to know who their partner parent is with. They're like, oh, this is mommy's blah blah blah, or this is daddy's blah blah blah, and they understand that and they respect it. Now, when it comes to giving authority and being showing some parental guidance to a child, it shouldn't matter about whose child it is. That's the whole part. When you get in a relationship, they're taking the package. They're taking you and your child. So if they feel like their child is being disrespectful or is not, there's need to have some parental attention, then you should not get upset. Now, here's where you can get upset if it's in a way that is affecting your child in a negative way. Like, um, if your child comes home and parent just haul off and slap the kid, then yeah, you could be like, hey, that's my son, blah blah blah. But if it's just like something about he ain't do his homework, or she ain't do her homework, or she came back home late, or he came back home late, vice versa, and y'all both in a relationship, it is your partner's job to show adult attention, take authority if you are not around. You can't give someone partial parental authority and expect them to be like, oh, no, 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 and then get upset when they're not showing parental authority to your child. But then when they do, you want to get an attitude. You see, you can't do that. You can't give some authority to someone and then take it back. It's like telling the cop, here, we promoted you to sergeant, and all of a sudden this mug is so excited they're taking a sergeant role, and then you take them back and try to put them in deputy role. You see what I'm saying? You can't do that. You can't give somebody a higher level and then you snatch it back when they try to do that. It's kind of it's retarded and messed up, but I don't get it because I understand a lot of girls have done that. Like, I understand you're gonna be the mother, that is your child, you raise that child, you push that child out. So that is your seed. But when you in a relationship, you are also taking on, also expecting this person to take the role to give guidance to your child also. And they can't give guidance if you're slapping at their hand, just keep throwing their authority back at them. Like, what? You know, what's the use of me saying anything to your kid when you just gonna sit up there and wave it off, or you sitting up here just gonna ignore it, or it don't matter. Um, and I understand a lot of relationships get like that. You know, if you want somebody that's gonna, if you two are in a relationship, they have the partner, your partner has the right to say something if your child is doing something that they shouldn't be doing. You can't just sit up here and say that you want somebody to raise your kid with, or you want somebody to be around your child, but you don't want them to say any, give them any guidance that can help them. It's kind of backwards a little bit to me. I'm just saying, keep your mother role, but also include your partner. That's all I'm saying. And if they're guiding them into the right path, don't don't get upset about what they're saying to them. You know, they're trying to help raise your child so you don't do it alone. And if someone comes along that's trying to take that burden off of you, a little bit of that burden and stress off of you, let them. Because I know what it's like for you single mamas and single daddies and stuff, but you gotta let them take control too sometimes. You know what I'm saying? You do. That's my thoughts on it. Y'all drop y'all's on it. But yeah. So I don't know what I was gonna tell you in this video, but yeah, that's all I gotta say on that. And I'm out. Deuces.